wrote a attractively packaged bad idea. Pretty much. Something that comes back to, something that seems great at first and then comes back to bite you.
As it turns out, Ben Shepherd had real first-hand noose experience.
As a kid, you sat around tying nooses. I mean, I don't know if that's a con.
You take a string and you either, well, we also had like a sailor's book at home. We used to sit around and try to tie a whole bunch of different knots.
That's not quite as morbid, somehow.
Yeah.
What are you saying? You didn't sit around and tie little nooses and hang your Barbie off of a light shade?
With Down on the Upside carrying songs like Pretty Noose, Zero Chance, and Blow Up the Outside World, it'd be easy to assume that the album's pretty dark, and you'd be right.
It's a little bit sad, a little bit creepy. What's new?
Chris Cornell offers a different perspective from those who see nothing but doom in the band's music.
If you write a song about feeling bad in a particular way and then somebody hears that song, then they think, wow, I really identify with the way he felt when he wrote this, or if there's someone else out there that feels like me, I'm not the only one. What happens? They feel better. So even if it's a dark theme, it can actually have a positive effect.
How do you say toasted? That's
Toasted, yeah. But what pop song nowadays do you like, okay, it sticks in my head, it's a new cool song? There are not many bands nowadays, or really?
No, like the new Justin Timberlake song, I kind of remember, you know, it's like
Sexy
a good
Back.
song, yeah.
Good
But that guy, his last record too, that the song "Cry Me a River." The first time I heard that, it's like, okay, it's pop music, but it's a good song, right? I didn't forget the song. But also, you know, like I think Christina Aguilera had some good songs. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she writes them, but I would remember them. And whereas Britney Spears, I honestly can't say I remember a single song that she's ever done. And that's not judging whether they're good or bad. I'm just saying I can't remember them.
No, exactly.
And why is that? Because I actually have a really good memory for music usually. I write songs in my head. I don't even like record them to remember them. I just,
Really? You just remember them?
yeah. And so it's strange to me when I hear a song that's a hit song 5-10 times and I don't know what it is. You know, I can't remember it.
Weird, isn't it?
It's very weird.
Also, the new Audioslave album, Revelations, great record, very good production, great
songs. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she writes them, but I would remember them. And whereas Britney Spears, I honestly can't say I remember a single song that she's ever done. And that's not judging whether they're good or bad. I'm just saying I can't remember them.
No, exactly.
And why is that? Because I actually have a really good memory for music usually. I write songs in my head. I don't even like record them to remember them. I just,
Really? You just remember them?
yeah.
Well, how's this song go? Oh, bravo.
It's Chris Cornell. How you doing, man?
How do you know it's Chris Cornell?
Because I've seen you before.
Oh.
Chris Cornell.
One of the greatest singers in rock history,
That's
right
what it is.
there.
I've always said it. I've always said that
We've been
that's
huge-
one of the best.
We've been huge fans, and that's why we're kind of disappointed. We got to at least acknowledge the fact that we got a lot of equipment set up because we thought you were playing today, and there was there was a miscommunication somewhere.
We were just talking about that. How I don't know how the miscommunication happened, but I'll sing a little bit for you. If I could put time in a bottle, then there's one thing I'd like to do. I'd put some time in the bottle, and then I'd have time in a bottle.
Where you at with Soundgarden? Would you guys ever like do a little something?
I don't think so.
All right, where's my buddy Matt? Just raise your hand. If your name's Matt.
Chris, right here.
There you are. We gotta get past this so you can start having fun. If you want, I will just play the song to you if you prefer that. Or if you would like to play the song, and I will sing to your accompaniment. Would you like to do that?
it's up to it's an interpretation. It's a rendition. It doesn't really matter how it comes out. I always have that. Like that's exactly what I was gonna fucking do. It's my inspiration. But I want to let you know, and one thing has nothing to do with the other. Matt is an extremely generous guy, and he donated $1,000 to the Chris and Vicky Cornell Foundation. And he didn't buy his way up here with that. I actually sort of said, you have to come up and do it, and then he seemed reluctant, and he's doing it anyway, which I think is really amazing because it takes huge balls to do it. This is called Peace, Love, and Understanding. Take your time, get a groove, it's fine. So all through this wicked world, searching for light, darkness, and the sound. Where are the songs and who I'm trusting? Where is the harmony, sweet harmony? And each time I feel like this inside just makes me want to say, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
My concerns and worries about the world around us have changed.
I'm more focused on seeing things through.
Around you a little bit because the voice was really low, and he was just a super intense guy. But some people have that ability when they sing. You stop and pay attention.
Yeah.
Singing.
How is it out with Soundgarden? Everything fun?
Great.
Yeah.
I went to the Jersey show. Fucking amazing.
Thank you. It's fun. It's really fun.
Really loud still, man.
Really loud. Phonetically?
Bunch of them they're off, you could tell.
And this guy's like, Miyama is Eddie Vedder.
Right.
And he starts singing, and I was like, at first, I swear to you, I was like, no, this
Where's
is
the
bullshit.
goof? They fucking, yeah.
They like overdubbed this
Yeah.
thing on here. Here he is.
Here,
You got headphones? You need some ears. Eddie Vedder.
Well, it's like a sort of a contest, too.
Yeah, it's one of these kind of game shows. I thought he was lying.
Oh my God, that's pretty amazing.
I swear I thought they were...
And they're sitting listening and getting ready to judge it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be worth doing at an actual Pearl Jam show just for a minute.
Yeah, I know, right?
And just see everybody look confused.
And upset. The guy is doing an amazing job.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And this is what they'll do. If Eddie Vedder leaves Pearl Jam, they'll just fucking cart this guy out the way they did in Journey.
Like Journey, yeah, you can hit it.
Yeah,
That's just...
isn't that wild?
When I first saw it, I was like, come on, they friggin'
They overdubbed or something.
Some goofy guy found this show clicking
Right.
Pearl Jam on top of it. But,
You ever find anyone that does you real well, Chris?
No, I've had people send me stuff.
hey, Chris, I sound just like you.
Yeah,
Check it out.
and
Do you?
There'll be like just a moment, where I kind of hear it, but most of the time I don't hear it.
Well, over the years, you got to realize, without the pat on your own back, that you got a pretty good voice, good range.
I think I do a lot of stuff, so it's hard. I remember Timmy C from Rage used to say that he didn't really know where home base was for my voice. Like, there's no real.
Yeah, like if you're writing,
that's what he does all the time.
Or if you're writing for your range, yeah.
kind of. And I think that comes from songwriting. Whatever it is, I just kind of want to hear the singer that's going to sound right. And so I never paid much attention to range.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, I want to hear that melody, and it would be whatever key the song was in, and then that would just be it.
So many singers want to, like, punch you in the face right now that you just say that, like, I never thought about range.
Right.
Like, some people are just
really
like, I'd love to be able to hit that note, and it's just like, nah, he could just hit it.
Not from that.
Like I know the solo stuff's booked. I can't.
Not really.
You try to work it out, I would imagine,
yeah.
right?
Not really. I think at this stage of being in Soundgarden, it's kind of good that everybody's doing other things because
A break is healthy, I would assume.
Well, I like to be really, really, really busy, and I think that you know, to have that all sort of fall on the shoulders of Soundgarden probably isn't that great of a thing. I think for us to be able to do what we do with a more relaxed pace and not have like 2-year projections of what our schedule is going to be and release dates before we've written any songs for a record, that never really worked for us.
Why didn't you guys go back to the Temple of the Dog thing? Why didn't you go back to the Temple of the Dog thing? It was 1990, and you guys had some magic there. Another album or something.
Bands that were really busy.
Yeah, but there was never time in the last it's been 20 years now to get back and try to do something else with that.
I don't know, maybe because of the fact that it was something
for Andrew.
It took a couple of weeks to do it, and then it was very special, and it surrounded kind of a subject that was sort of important to us, being that it was a tribute to our friend who died, and I'm not sure if it necessarily would have felt natural to like, at least, to go back and write other songs and record it. It would be fun to play shows or something and play the songs more.
Yeah.
Because we've only done it, every 6 years or so, somehow something will happen where we get together and play.
Have you noticed a big change in personality-wise? Because you guys were, kids when Soundgarden originally, and now you're men, guys. Have you noticed huge personality changes in some of the guys where you're like, wow, that guy's really changed?
I feel like with everybody, even other guys in Seattle bands that I grew up with, everybody's pretty similar to the way they always were. I just sort of see everyone being a little less goofy and having more patience, I think.
That's just growing up.
Just growing up,
anybody,
yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to do with where you're from.
I think doing solo stuff too, it's like it's got to be resentful when there's 4 people creatively collaborating, or 5 people. However many, it's got to be annoying to have someone's ideas always override. Like I know the solo stuff's booked. I can't.
Not really.
You try to work it out, I would imagine, right?
Not really. I think at this stage of being in Soundgarden, it's kind of good that everybody's doing other things because
a break is healthy, I would assume.
Well, I like to be really, really, really busy, and I think that to have that all sort of fall on the shoulders of Soundgarden probably isn't that great of a thing. I think for us to be able to do what we do with a more relaxed pace and not have like 2-year projections of what our schedule is going to be and release dates before we've written any songs for a record, that never really worked for us.
Why didn't you guys go back to the Temple of the Dog thing? Why didn't you go back to the Temple of the Dog thing? It was 1990, and you guys had some magic there. Another album or something.
Bands that were really busy.
Yeah, but there was never time in the last it's been 20 years now to get back and try to do something else with that.
I don't know, maybe because of the fact that it was something
for Andrew.
It took a couple of weeks to do it, and then it was very special, and it surrounded kind of a subject that was sort of important to us, being that it was a tribute to our friend who died, and I'm not sure if it necessarily would have felt natural to like, at least, to go back and write other songs and record it. It would be fun to play shows or something and play the songs more.
Yeah.
Because we've only done it, every 6 years or so, somehow something will happen where we get together and play.
Have you noticed a big change in personality-wise? Because you guys were, kids when Soundgarden originally, and now you're men, guys. Have you noticed huge personality changes in some of the guys where you're like, wow, that guy's really changed?
I feel like with everybody, even other guys in Seattle bands that I grew up with, everybody's pretty similar to the way they always were. I just sort of see everyone being a little less goofy and having more patience, I think.
That's just growing up.
Just
again.
growing up,
It's
yeah.
anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to do with where you're from.
I think doing solo stuff too. It's like it's got to be resentful when there's 4 people creatively collaborating, or 5 people. How many? It's got to be annoying to have someone's ideas always override. Be annoying to have someone's ideas always overriding yours, or the one guy with the shit idea that everybody has to politely listen to. At least you can go out and do it, and it gets it out of the system, so there's no one just resenting the fact that their ideas can't be, I guess, made real or brought to fruition, as we say.
Well, yeah, I think that's sort of where side projects from bands usually come, because the people, it's not always going to make sense that something one guy in a band's going to want to do doesn't work for the band. Maybe just there's a lot of things I've done since the beginning of Soundgarden that didn't necessarily make sense for Soundgarden. It wouldn't fit, and I think that's where those side projects come from most of the time with any band.
You had a great song. I don't remember the name of the song, but it was on Slash's record, which was really good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was an amazing album. Did you write that, or did he write that, and just ask you to come in for it?
He wrote the guitar parts, and I just kind of took that and wrote to it, really, and responded with emails of MP3s.
Oh God, just back and forth.
We were in the studio the day that I came in to sing it, and it was it was the final version of the music, but initially it was just a demo that he sent me via email, and then I recorded over it and sent it via email back, which is weird, but
future.
Strangely, it works.
What do you do? How do you tell somebody if they're sending you ideas that are just atrocious? Like, even if it's a guy you respect and he's like saying, "Oh no, maybe you should sing this," and you're like, "Ugh."
You go dark for a really, really unreasonably long time.
Send them back corrupted files. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Sent it 7 times already.
Just question marks. Right. You just ignore it.
Yeah, you don't actually say like that was. You just actually come back
so much. You've written a lot of songs. Do you start feeling like you've? Have you ever written anything where you've looked at and gone, "Wait a minute, I've done that before"? God. Like, I guess you don't want to be redundant.
Actually, done stuff twice where I'll realize this was an idea I already had, and maybe I just didn't record it. But what's way worse than that is I'll get some melody in my head and think that it's really great. And then realize it's someone else's song.
Yeah. To a T.
Sounds good for a minute, right? And you're like, all the glitters is gold.
Like, this is really
it's like, the Beatles did this.
This is so catchy. I love it. It's going to be great.
I don't know what. It's like as though I've heard it before. Oh,
yeah.
Shit,
guys, I got it. I saw her standing there.
Like a virgin.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that. I think it's a great idea. I think it might go over big with the kids.
Will you just scrap the idea, or will you like go, all right, cause maybe you add a little bit to it and you don't realize that you got the basic foundation from somewhere else? Will you scrap the whole idea and just go, fuck it, I can't, or will you just build on it?
If it is exactly something else. I think like a lot of the time, you can play me in kind of any song and I might be able to tell you 2 or 3 things that have similar notes are similar.
Right.
But if that happens, that's okay. But if it's just one thing, it's kind of a carbon copy of somebody else's song.
Yeah.
And it happens.
It's amazing how it goes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't really heard Soundgarden, at least, be guilty of something like that.
Some of the quality control in place.
Yeah. Something must be.
It's going to get to you.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to say, that sounds exactly like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the song's never going to make the show.
You're like, no way. You play it and go, shit, it is.
Yeah, the song's not going to make the album.
So you got to have people like that around you, though. Like Lady Gaga, who I like, got a lot of shit because that one song sounded like Madonna, a lot like Madonna. And nobody around her probably, because she's solo, said to her, you can't do that. It sounds just like, Madonna in a band. At least you can call each other out and go, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. That's true. That's what's great about a band. There's, that's what creates the identity of the band. That's what sort of serves the fans. You can't take hard right turns if you're in a band that's truly democratic. You can't go hard to the right or hard to the left because you've got a bureaucracy that is going to sort of slow that down at least a little bit.
Would you guys ever work with Black Sabbath? Like on the road or something?
That'd be great. Obviously, I played a show with Black Sabbath in Germany, and it was unbelievable.
Wow.
I guess that would have been like 5 years ago.
Was it Ozfest?
No, it was just like a German festival, and we played, and then they came out, and it was really incredible. I was blown away. Everybody was great. The only thing that was a little weird was the drummer had an actual guy crouched down beside the hi-hat with using his fingers to count off measures and beats to the guy, so it would be sort of 1, 2, and then 2, so he always kind of knew where he was. He didn't really look at the guy, but the guy was there in case he needed to look at the guy.
That's really odd.
I think Bill Ward's Bill Ward. I wonder if his hearing is going a little bit.
I don't know.
Play with a click or
maybe
something.
he just got lost. I mean, it can happen, I guess, over time where you sort of your mind can wander. But he didn't.
Your mind can wander.
He never seemed to need it, but the guy was there for him.
I don't understand what that 1, 2, 3. Like, how would that help during a song? I mean, I'm not musically inclined.
If you get lost in the song, I would gather you could just look down and keep the beat to the guy's fingers, and you, regardless of what you're hearing, you know you're on.
You're doing your
It
part.
was so good. It was really incredible. I mean, that's when you stop and go, yeah, that's how you do it. That's how the little guys do it.
Have you noticed Ozzy's voice sounds a lot better now? It's weird. I think he quit drinking. He sounds like a lot healthier now than he did 5 years ago.
Something about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you pause and like look at certain things, I don't know. I always felt like he was just sort of uniquely him. So I've always liked his voice live. I always felt like he did a great job.
Yeah, even when it cracks, it's still fun.
Yeah.
He's still Ozzy.
He forgets the fucking worst over the mountain 30 seconds into the show. He would do that. He'd just start singing the last verse first.